Hey everybody, this is Willbits. We're doing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies. Case 3. Trial, day 1. You should know all this if you're watching the things. Ugh, my butterflies have butterflies in their stomach. Awkward. The school uniform DLC would be fitting, but we're not doing it because we're in court. We're not school kids. So what's it like to have your very own case for the first time? I wouldn't know, even though I definitely know. My heart hasn't raced this fast since I ran that full marathon last year. If it keeps you up, you might get a lawyer's high. You know, like a runner's high, except that when we do it, is with hard drugs. Relax, everyone's nervous their first time. We'll be gentle, Athena. Awkward.
So my fears weren't unfounded. After all, today's prosecutor is so terribly brutal. I'm distracted by this globe. I'm not sure why I brought it in, but I'm just so distracted. Oh, it's so lovely. And willing to use any means necessary to win a conviction.
There's that the end justifies the means concept again. Is this guy gonna cheat? Is he gonna...
Now that it has come to this, we have no choice but to fight fire with fire. The end justifies the means. Let's cheat at every possible way. There's no way that it'll cause a mistrial and get everything thrown out.
I wish he'd stop saying that. That's your method, Professor. I'm gonna defend Juniper in my own way. The way that is the truth.
But Miss Sykes, just yesterday you told me. As a lawyer, what is it that you treasure beyond all else?
Well, that's an easy one, Professor. Seeking justice for my clients.
But if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, would you not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain? Would your life not be a fallacy, a lie, worth nothing?
Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen then, won't I?
My, but aren't you a stubborn one? Well, I suppose you will have to learn of your own inefficacy the hard way.
Forgive me, Professor Means, but can we just leave it at that?
Oh dear, please forgive me. It's just, I wish to protect Juniper by any means I can.
I do too, but now if you would excuse me. I imagine he shambled off like a stone statue. Thanks to him, I'm feeling even more pressure than before. Don't let it get you, Athena, and don't forget to keep smiling. I'll be fine. And I haven't forgotten what Mr. Wright said. The worst of times are when lawyers have to face their biggest smiles. The trial's about to begin. I'll show you to the courtroom if you please. Apollo, I'm counting on you to support Athena this time. I'm not going in. I don't have anything to do. I'm just, you know, bored. Gonna go play some video games. Okay, Mr. Wright, leave it to me. That's right, I have Apollo to back me up. Junie's fate rests in my hands. I won't rest until she walks free. Using any means necessary does have consequences. Sometimes unforeseen consequences. The consequences of relinquishing your very soul! Maybe. Court is now in session.
Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods.
Athena Sykes, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. That didn't sound very confident. You sure you're okay? I'll be fine.
Your baldness.
I know. As usual, you want me to deliver the opening statement.
This case is crystal clear. I see no need to explicate it any further. Now summon the witness. Is there something the matter? Please do share your baldness.
Whatever gave you that idea? Bailiff, please, call our first witness. Let's just jump in.
And now we don't even get an opening statement? Detective Fulbright. He and Prosecutor Blackwell have become quite the team. Dayman. Here with Nightman. Oh. Oh, right, the case brief. Leave it to me. Yes, let the detective in charge, everyone's favorite friend of justice, explain. What was that just now? It's like he and Blackwell are totally in sync. Well, I don't think they're capable of mind melding, if that's what you're thinking. Mind melding? No, they would have to be touching each other to be mind melding, Athena.
All right, Detective Fulbright, would you please explain the case to the court?
Professor Court's body was discovered on October 24th at approximately 2:30 p.m. She was murdered with this awl I have here. The victim's blood and the defendant's prints were both discovered on it. Alright, so definitely has blood on it. Whack! Eek! Thanks for the autopsy report, Taka. Thanks very much. Wow, that bird can deliver evidence too? Blackwell's trained him well. Maybe Blackwell should train it not to mess up people's hair while he's at it. Moving right along. The body was discovered on the outdoor stage, although no blood was found there. However, we detected traces of a massive amount of blood in the third floor art room. In short, the murder took place in the art room.
So then the body had been moved from the art room to the stage.
Precisely. And there's one more piece of irrefutable evidence. A recording made by a tape recorder that a school paper reporter hid in the art room. It captured a female voice screaming, "You're a goner!"
What's this? You have such a recording?
You're a goner. You're a goner. That's a kind of odd thing. Ha! I got you. You're a goner. Must be from that tape recorder Myriam mentioned. But why isn't this the first we've heard of a death threat at the moment of the murder? Shh, silence, please. I'd like to play the tape for you now. You're a goner.
It is quite hard to hear.
But the voice does sound female. That is not what they want us to think it is. No chance. The noise and low volume of the voice have made voice print analysis all but impossible.
Then you haven't identified the voice as belonging to the defendant.
Not so fast. After all, a voice print analysis isn't everything. The victim was killed at night, then discovered in the afternoon the next day. The question is, when was the body moved?
Oh, I know! It could have been moved in the middle of the night, when no one was around!
Sorry, but no. The campus was full of students that morning. However, no one reported seeing a body. That means the body was moved sometime before the mock trial, when all the students and faculty were gathered in the lecture hall and the rest of the campus was empty. It was during this time Hugh O'Connor, one of the mock trial participants, found the body. So the prosecution heard about Hugh seeing the body.
Wait one moment. If all of the students and faculty were gathered in the lecture hall, then there wouldn't have been anyone who could have moved the body.
Ha ha ha! Have no fear, for there's always an exception.
An exception?
The 3 mock trial participants were standing by in individual dressing rooms. They were the only ones who had free access to the deserted campus before the mock trial.
What? Then that would mean... What would that mean? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention at all.
Those 3 students were the only ones who could have moved the body. In justice we trust. I don't like where this is headed, Athena. Me neither. And by those 3, I mean Hugh O'Connor, Robin Newman, and Juniper Woods. I knew it. Please, Detective Fulbright. Don't say what I think you're about to say.
In justice we trust. I take it everyone understands now. The voice believed to be that of the murderer was female. And out of the 3 people who could have moved the body, just 1 is a girl. That leaves the defendant, Juniper Woods, as the only possibility.
No! Impressive. He has you on the ropes even before any cross-examinations. You could at least pretend to be upset for me.
A splendid job, Fulbright. That could not be any clearer. Feel free to anticipate a salary raise next month.
Ha 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 ha! I don't do this for the money. It's all about justice. The money's a nice perk that I spread on top of my justice. It helps the justice go down smooth. In justice we trust.
Not only a half-wit, but a perennial stick in the mud you are.
I guess neither the carrot nor the stick works on Detective Fulbright.
Now, bailiff, please bring our next witness to the stand.
A box. An ordinary box.
So, our first witness is a cardboard box. Should I use my imagination? Hold on. Yes, I see. What a villainous box. What a terrible box it is. A hack!
Stealth mode deactivated.
Oh my! The box has hands!
Smile, Your Honor.
What the dickens? I've just had my picture taken. Against my will.
Myriam Scuttlebutt, senior at the Legal Academy. I'm a reporter on the judge course. Juniper's been a bad, bad girl. I'll tell you all about her crimes.
Might I ask whether you could come out of that box?
How will I get any more scoops if I blow my cover? So the answer is no. After all, covert action is an undercover reporter's bread and butter.
But testimony from a faceless witness is highly irregular.
A former ninja I met in the clique said that exposing those who work in the shadows is to pass the death sentence upon them.
Oh my! I had never thought of it that way. Very well. If it would spare a life, I'll make a special exception this time.
A former ninja in prison? Holy Shinto, how can the judge believe this load of crock?
Now, your testimony, please. Oh, but take care not to reveal your face.
The similarity of the case and the script.
The murder happened exactly like Juniper's mock trial script. Up until the mock trial began, only Professor Court and Juniper knew the script's content. But Professor Court's sudden decision not to use the script sparked Juniper's murderous rage. Juniper has to be the killer. She has a motive, and the murder is just like her script.
That's pretty rough.
The murder is just like her script? Could such a thing be true?
Could it just be a coincidence?
Compare her script with the murder case and crime scene photos. Then you'll see.
This is so simple, even an ape posing as a decrepit old judge could understand. Only the victim and the defendant were privy to the script, ergo the defendant is the killer. Furthermore, in the art room where the crime supposedly occurred, this witness's script, along with an envelope on which "use" was written, were found. This proves that the accused script had been rejected the day before the mock trial. She pressed the victim to use her script, an argument ensued, and then the fatal stabbing.
Well, that makes perfect sense. What now? Prosecutor Blackwell has all his ducks lined up in a row. He's really on a roll now. He's like a pit bull once it sinks its teeth into you, and it just keeps biting over and over again, no matter how many times I scream.
How dare she? My script had it all. A bum rap and phony evidence, grudges and betrayals.
I trust the defense is ready to cross-examine the witness.
No problem. I mean, yes, I'm ready. I think. Filled with confidence. Time to find a hole in her testimony and unbox the truth. I've seen it done over and over. I know I can do this. All right, listen up, Boxy. We're gonna press all of your statements and find the problem. Exactly like the script. There must be places where the script and this case diverge.
Don't sweat the details. That kind of stress will give you wrinkles.
I'm not worried. My skin is as fair as silk, and the milk that I bathe in every night. Indeed, you are quite fair. Fairly desperate. I have made the joke that you like. Yes, I tell them. What did you just... What? Blackwell really turned that one around on you. Whose side are you on? Shut up, Apollo! Shut up! Say something to him, not to me. Shut up! Whoa, easy there, Athena. Now you listen to me. The two cases do indeed have their differences. For one, the stage hadn't yet been erected in the mock trial script. And in the actual case, there were signs indicating the victim's wrist had been bound. But such differences pale in comparison to the host of similarities. In any event, replicating the crime without knowledge of the script is an impossibility. Looks like I won't be passing this off as a coincidence.
Or the total burn. Try again, why don't you, Pawn of Woods?
Pawn of Woods? I'm not Juniper's pawn. Okay, only they knew the script's content. But did they really? Didn't you see it? Somebody could have stolen a peek beforehand.
I don't think so. I mean, I tried any number of times.
Shame on you, Myriam.
But that crafty she-devil Juniper has eyes in the back of her head. What chance does your average person have if an undercover reporter like me failed?
It could be a coincidence, but it would be a really crazy coincidence. Interesting point. Still, Miss Scuttlebutt, won't you get in trouble later for admitting to such underhanded tactics?
Why, I put entrapment!
How is you blurting out your own crime entrapment?
Cack! But you haven't scooped me yet. They were all set to use Juniper's script.
Sudden decision not to use the script sparked Juniper's murderous rage. How do you know that Professor Court wasn't going to use her script? There in the art room where the heinous crime took place, an envelope marked Use and Myriam Scuttlebutt's script were found. Evidently, the script that was going to be used belonged to the girl in the box over there.
It's only natural that my script would be accepted and hers rejected. I introduce all sorts of brand new concepts, including bribery and fake evidence. It was all cutting-edge script portraying a courtroom battle in the dark age of the law.
I can't help but feel Professor Court went out of her way not to use it.
But Juniper, she used some devious, underhanded tactics to get her script chosen. That's why your script, and not my masterpiece, was used in the mock trial. How's that for an explanation?
Myriam is a jealous butt.
Juniper has to be the killer. She has a motive, and the murder's just like her script.
Anyone who saw the mock trial could have recreated the crime. After they saw the mock trial, they could have easily staged the body just like the script.
Objection!
No. Weary is the trial which pits hawk against canary.
Objection! What?
If he's so weary, he should try humphing less. I bet that'd save some energy. Huh? This is no time for jokes, Apollo. He just called me a canary. If I wanted you to come up for comebacks on my stead, I would have told you to shut up and then asked you to do it earlier, which I didn't. Don't let him get to you. At least canaries pick up on things quickly, just like you. I shan't repeat myself, so listen carefully, Sykes Dono. Hugh O'Connor discovered the body before the mock trial even began. How could one stage the body as it is in the script before anyone knew its contents? That's right! Do you even fathom the intricacies that go into staging a crime scene? No, I think not. You have the rudimentary mind of an elementary school child. Elementary school? I have a degree from colleges. I don't...
Reporter's testimony throws attorney Athena Sykes for loop. The perfect caption.
How marvelous! A photo in the newspaper, just the thing to boost your brand.
In a school paper? Seriously?
I believe you've pressed the witness more than enough, Miss Sykes.
Humph. Now, do you see how clear-cut my case is? I don't see any things in there. Take it now, and in that fair, desperate mind of yours. Etch it deep so you may never forget. No! Even my argument gets thrown back in my face. It wasn't supposed to be like this. What am I gonna do? Athena, you should just about have all the answers you've been looking for now. Huh? Think about it this way. If the killer knew the details of the mock trial, would they really commit the crime in the exact same way? I don't follow. Try to place yourself in the killer's shoes. I bet you'll discover an inconsistency if you do. Ah, I get it. Thanks, Apollo. Miss Scuttlebutt, just so we're clear, you're claiming that the killer intentionally made the crime scene look just as it was in the script? And that it is beyond the shadow of a doubt not a coincidence. Is that correct?
No duh. After all, it's just more evidence of Juniper's evil she-devil ways. What'd I say?
Our client made the crime scene look just like the script, something known only to her? That would be not just foolhardy, but completely irrational.
What do you mean?
Yes, Miss Sykes. Please tell this court what you mean by irrational.
Why would she frame herself? It wouldn't make any sense for Juniper to mimic her own script on purpose because it would make her the culprit. Right? The murder scene was the same as it was in the mock trial script. That in and of itself is irrational.
What's wrong with them being the same?
Yes, Miss Sykes. Care to explain what you mean?
Okay, let's say for argument's sake that Miss Woods is the killer. If so, then what reason would she have to intentionally make the actual murder mimic her own script?
That's easy. She was admitting that she was the...
That's right. If she had really done that, it would have been like proclaiming to the world that she was the killer. So what we actually have here is evidence of someone trying to frame our client. Whoa! She is full of protractors. The body was found the day of the mock trial. In short, the day the trials were revealed. So it would be completely inconceivable for the murder to go exactly like the script.
Don't let it go to your head just yet!
Objection!
I would seem Justice Dono's comrade in arms has finally drawn her sword. However, the blade is dull, and it shall remain so until you master its use. enough with the stupid sword metaphors already. We're not sword fighting. I don't have a sword. I'm a girl. Okay?
There is a perfectly good reason for the inconsistency of which you speak.
Reason? What reason?
Must I spell out everything? You are what people today call high maintenance. The accused had intended to stop the mock trial, and in that event, nary a soul would have been the wiser to the similarities of the case and script.
No, the mock trial was only stopped after the body was accidentally discovered.
Objection!
Our witness here had also discovered the body. In fact, she was led to our dearly departed professor by the accused herself.
What? Miss Scuttlebutt saw the body too?
Precisely, and with the discovery of the body, the mock trial ought to have been cancelled.
Wait, so you didn't call the police?
Nope. I kept it secret for my big scoop.
You can't do that.
I made her pay long and hard penance for her sin. Did I not, my little box top?
Oh, she's the top, is she?
Compared to the work of a war correspondent, the sheer terror of that was...
Jeez, I wonder what the Twisted Samurai did to her. Block off all the holes in her box? And spin her like a top while Detective Fulbright cackled in delight? That sounds more nauseating than scary. Is that what you think is scary? Just carnival rides?
Enough jabbering. Witness, continue your testimony.
Yeah, a lot of people failed to report this crime, apparently.
Sure, Mr. Samurai. I'm ready to finish off that she-devil.